How do I start this video? And I don't want this to trigger anybody. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I would like to have a heart-to-heart with you guys. I have built a community off of my body confidence and my self-love and just promoting people loving themselves with where they're at and then moving forward in their life with wherever their journey takes them. If you truly love yourself, you really should be working on yourself and bettering yourself every day. Like, I genuinely believe that. And although I've valued myself for so many years and I've been fat basically my entire life, I want to tell you guys the truth. And it's not that I've been hiding this. I think it's just more come to a conclusion. I think I just hit a point in my life where I'm just tired of being a fat girl. Like, it is difficult living in this world and being fat. And I want to have a heart-to-heart because you see these confident people online, but I know, because I'm one of them, that I battle with this on a daily basis. I fight against diet culture and I fight against the monsters in my closet of my past. I'm gonna just have a girl chat with you guys. If you like this type of content, the real, raw, honest content, don't forget to hit that subscribe and that notification bell so that way you can see more content like this. The only way I know if I'm doing the right thing is if you guys really engage with the content, and I would love to hear your thoughts on what I'm saying below. I want to talk to you guys about the body positive movement. I want to talk to you guys about the self-love and the plus size industry and health and what I believe health means to me. I'm gonna do my makeup routine, as you guys know, as you girlies know, and I'm gonna start with skincare. I'm gonna start with this Kiehl's vitamin C. Hopefully you guys can see it because it's a little bright. So here's the thing. Like I said, I've been fat my whole life, and the only people who really treated me like I was fat were the people closest to me. I never had friends or schoolmates or classmates really bully me about my weight when I was younger. In public, people don't like say anything to me about my weight. I never had anybody like call me fat like in my face or anything like that. Majority of the lash back that I get is from the internet, which is really sad because they have Twitter fingers, right? Instead of trigger fingers. Drake, is that Drake? I think that's Drake. And I'm very much aware that people are gonna have more balls to say how they feel about me on the internet. And it's fine. You guys are all entitled to your opinion. And I get a lot of unsolicited health advice. I'm going in with this True Botanicals Active Serum. I love this stuff. It's very high-end spa quality in my opinion. Anyway, a lot of times people will come on the internet and say whatever they want about me, and I take it for what it is. You don't know me, you don't know my past, you don't know you don't know what I've gone through and how long I've been on this journey. And I think that this is also True Botanicals, it's their moisturizer. And I also just feel like I'm in a point in my life where my health comes first. I am at a point where I feel like it's affecting my regular everyday life. And I've always been an advocate of take care of your health, which I always have. I've always been in the gym. So I want to talk about like the stereotypes of like fat people and how that's affected me, to just bring order to the video. And people just assume that when you're fat, you're just lazy. And there's just so many videos of people who are like, I won't hire a fat person, or why would I trust a fat person with my business? You guys already know the Milk Makeup Hydro. And for me, it hurts my feelings when I see videos like that. It genuinely gets under my skin because it's like, I can be such a hardworking and be the most qualified person in my position. Like, even with like content creation, I can make content better than someone who's smaller than me, but will the brand choose to work with me? And that's why I appreciate all the people that have worked with me regardless of my size. Granted, I feel like it's just like a lot of the times a stunt to prove that they're inclusive, so that way they can bring more to their audience. But bigger people are never the priority. Straight size people, whether it's brand deals, whether it's your job, unless you're a man, which is also not true because men also get discriminated against, because my hands are so greasy. I can't even open this. Oh, it's my brow dough or brow pomade from Anastasia. But people are discriminated about their work ethic. Like, people just make these awful assumptions about you when you're just in a bigger body. And I don't know why or where this comes from, because we have the internet now. We could see all the successful people that are not lazy and are in the gym working hard, and then you're not in a caloric deficit. If you're in a caloric deficit, then you should be losing weight, and that's just not always the case. Yeah, for a little while it should help you lose weight. Like, I've been on weight loss journeys, and for sure it has helped me to be in a caloric deficit, but the amount of time that it has taken me to lose weight and how much control that has had over my life, and the fact that it took me 3 years to lose 70 pounds, but then it only took me like a year to gain it back, there must be some indicators of maybe she's not lazy. Like, maybe that's really not the story. Maybe my body has something wrong with it that is not able to keep weight off, or whatever the case is. So the reason why this has affected me, and this is not about to be an Ozempic story, okay? I don't want y'all to think that I'm going there, because I'm not going there. I'm scared that y'all gonna think I'm going there. I'm not. It's like there has to be underlying issues for why my body won't maintain weight loss, or it wants to stay in this size 16 body. I've been in this size 16 body since college. Nothing has changed. I mean, I've gained weight in certain places, like my arms. Like, I'll gain lots of weight in my arms, and I'll gain weight, like my back fat will grow or whatever when I'm not being active. But for the most part, like, I've been a size 16 for years, and I also haven't done I have my moments of binging, right? And I talked to my therapist about this the other day. I said, look, I'm going to be very accurate with you. I'm not going to lie to myself about it. Yeah, there are moments where I don't eat at all. And then there are moments when I do eat, and it can be for coping. There are times where I'm really highly stressed out, and I say to myself, you know what, fuck this. Like, I'm going to eat a fucking Big Mac. Yeah, like, sometimes I'm an emotional eater, but I also just feel like, what's the difference between me and like the million other women on earth that their boyfriends think it's cute to get them candy when they're on their menstrual? It's cute when you're thin, but when you're thick, or when you're a fat person, I'm not allowed to have cravings because I'm fat. It's just because I'm greedy. It's just because I don't have the excuse of my hormones being the reason why I'm craving things. You just shouldn't have a life. And that's basically how I've taken it for these last couple of years. These people on the internet that have tried to help me don't want me to live my life. They want my whole life to be consumed with losing weight. And I don't think that's healthy. And I feel like a lot of people who do suffer from disorders with food, it's like that's because they consumed information or a story, or they were told a story that what they're doing is wrong, and they've decided in their mind that they're going to fix the problem, and it's never going to be a problem again. I want to go wet my beauty blender. Hold on. BRB. Where was I? I don't remember where I was with that, or where I was going with that. That's why I hate getting up. But yeah, I'm not going to have my whole life be consumed with eating. I can't. I want to be happy in my life. I want to enjoy my life. I want to be able to hang out with my friends and not feel like I'm doing something wrong by enjoying my life, because I know what I'm doing is not out of the norm. But people would like to make you feel like what you're doing is out of the norm because you look different. And I live in America, all right? The food industry does not help Personally, if I'm being 100% transparent with you guys, I've been struggling financially. My financial lifestyle has changed dramatically from last year to this year. Maybe because I made some poor decisions. I took my foot off the gas pedal to focus on someone else's company. I didn't focus on my own content, and it's hard. I tried to go vegan and I was like, this is so unrealistic. It's so unrealistic to not eat any processed foods. The amount of effort and cooking it requires as someone who lives alone, as a single woman in New York. I have a boyfriend, but he lives in New York, and the amount of effort it takes and how often I have to work. It's like I have to cook myself food, clean up after myself, and then have the hours, to have the energy to work and do my content and edit that content and go to church and volunteer and all these things and go to my doctor's appointments, which I haven't even touched on. And it's just one of those things where it's I don't have it in me to be so consumed with my body. There was a time where I was there and my whole life was around fitness, and I went to the gym twice a day, and I meal prepped and all that, and my quality of life suffered. My relationship suffered. I didn't make it through that relationship. There was so much anxiousness, and being fat has affected my love life. People who are ashamed to be with me because I'm in a certain body. And it's hurtful. It's very hurtful because I have amazing qualities. I'm a very emotional person, guys. I'm learning this about myself every day. I'm in a new relationship, and there's certain things that I see myself getting upset about, and I realize I'm just a very emotional person, and I just need a lot of emotional support, because I think maybe because I didn't get that when I was younger, you know? And I know that I shouldn't like rely on other people to make sure I'm okay, but to find someone that's okay with who I am in this body, it's been realistic, it's happened, but it's been so difficult because you could think that you found your person, and especially if you're looking for like a particular type of man, and they're like ashamed of you. Like, they want to be around you all the time. They want to be in your life, but they don't want to go on dates, or I just feel like they don't value you as much as they would as if you were a straight size person. Because I've even been told like, oh my God, if you lost like 100 pounds, like it would be a game changer. And it's like, I'm valuable in the body that I'm in right now. And it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings when people don't value me the way I am today. And so one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about is the fact that the medical side of everything that I've been going through personally. I went and got a sleep study done. I was feeling very fatigued. You guys know that I've been struggling with PCOS, and I have always been on this battle of why don't I lose weight? Like, it's been like a constant story of my life. And I know it's not because I don't work hard. And granted, I am an on and off dieter. It's hard for me to stay consistent on a diet for a long period of time. I can own that. I can own that maybe like my nutrition has suffered. But I also know that I've been very active for majority of my life. I'm also aware that in comparison to others that I'm very active, and I might not even eat as much. And I do indulge in the foods that I like. I am a foodie, and I really do want to step back from being a foodie, because I try to tell my friend this the other day. I'm like, I went 30 years with eating how I want to eat. I don't think there's any new delicacy that I could possibly want. You know what I mean? So I can give up certain foods for a period of time, but when people invite you to go through things and you have to be awkward, like nobody wants to invite you if you're like, oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. It's so hard to like form a community of people and go do fun things when you can't drink, you can't eat the hors d'oeuvres, you're starving to death. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm about to curse the girl out for talking to my friend the wrong way. Like, it's hard. It's an emotional journey. And I went and got a sleep study. because I was feeling so tired. I was like, yo, like my PCOS is kicking my ass. I'm not able to get through the day without exhaustion. And that's when they had ordered me my first sleep study. And if you get anything from this video, it's this. Go get a sleep study if you're over the weight and you can't lose weight. Having obstructive sleep apnea can cause hormonal imbalances. It can cause fatigue. It can cause mental health issues. It can cause your cortisol to be off the wall. Basically, all the issues that you hear about the people with PCOS, you could just have sleep apnea. And the thing is that I've had sleep apnea probably my whole life because I've been snoring my whole life. But I've also have lived 30 years with the way that I'm resting. And something that I've learned is that I stop breathing 30 minutes, that's not right. I stop breathing 30 times in an hour. 30 times I slightly wake up because I'm not breathing. And imagine not sleeping for 30 years. What that can do to your mental health. What that could do to your body. What's the number one rule when it comes to fitness? You gotta get your 8 hours. You gotta get your rest. You gotta get your rest. And I'm thinking I'm getting my rest. I always get my rest. I haven't had rest in 30 years. Maybe probably since my teen years. And it's a hard pill to swallow, y'all. It's a hard pill to swallow because I've been blaming myself for years. And then I was like, maybe it's the PCOS. I have higher testosterone, which sleep apnea can cause a higher level of testosterone in your body. And it's like, nobody talks to us about these things. Nobody talks to fat people about their options. They just want to give them a quick fix and put a Band-Aid on top of it. The first thing my doctor, before they did the sleep study, which I've had this doctor for years and she's never fat shamed me. She's never made me feel like I need to lose weight. She's always made me feel like I'm a healthy person. But the first thing she said to me was, we need to put you on Ozempic. She wrote me a prescription, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, you didn't even wait for my blood work to get back. You think that I'm here to lose weight. And at that time, I wasn't. At that time, I was very secure with my body. Like at that time, I felt good. I was just tired. And I had to realize that I thought it was healthy because my blood work always came back great. But now I'm finding out my body has never been healthy because I've had sleep apnea. And I've built a platform on telling girlies like, hey, you could be in a bigger body and be healthy. And I still do believe that. I still do believe that you can be in a bigger body and be healthy. And I can't even guarantee that I'll ever lose weight because there is no way I'm going on Ozempic. I'm not going to do that to myself. I don't have diabetes. It was not that serious. I can figure it out with diet and exercise and vitamins and just try to figure out an alternative to it because I really, really, really value my body. And I'm not going to fix something that's not broken. And when I got my blood work back, there was no risk of diabetes, high blood pressure. Like I said, I'm pretty healthy for the most part. So I don't have any fear when it comes to those sort of things. But it's still like an eye-opening thing. Like I always just assumed that my body wanted to be fat and that genetically that's just what it wanted. I can't figure out what it is. And now that I got the sleep study done and I found out that could possibly be the issue, it's like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. And then it's like the first thing I thought was like, damn, there's a chance for me to be treated normal, to be treated with respect, to be treated with common decency. If I lose weight, people will respect me more and people won't troll me on the internet. But then it's like, how many skinny people get trolled? Like, look at Monet. Everybody's trolling her right now because of her man saying something about 50-50, something that she didn't even do. And people are trolling her right now. And it's like, I can't control the world. People are gonna find a reason to hate you and be mean to you. Even the Kardashians, who has been the body goal for the last 10 years, is still shamed for who she is. And it's, oh, she has plastic surgery, oh, she's on Ozempic, oh, whatever the case is, but then she's the body goal at the end of the day. People are gonna troll no matter what, but I just want the privilege of being skinny. I want to be the one that everybody looks at and says, oh yeah, like she's the hot one. Like, I don't really even need attention, but just to feel like someone would approach me in public, and which has happened, but I don't feel like I'm ever the first choice specifically because of my body. She's a 10, but she's 270 pounds, right? It's like one of those things. And this has made finding out all this stuff has made my mental health suffer so much. And I'm trying to normalize all this stuff for me. I actually went 2 weeks without sleeping. I'm on a machine and I'm trying to figure out like how to make it work, because my nose is like getting infected here, and then it's hot there, and then I break out here, and it's just been such a weird journey, and it's created more steps in my life, and I've never had to stay organized a day in my life. So I'm having to like be a new person with the new information that I've received, and it's just not easy. So yeah, like, I mean, when I said, like, I am tired of being fat, like I am. I'm very tired, but I also love myself for being honest with myself, for being true to myself, for being open to new things and bettering myself, because at the end of the day, like, you only have one life to live. And I don't want to struggle. I'm here for a good time. Okay? I'm here for a good time. So when I say I'm tired of being fat, it's not because I hate myself and I don't love who I am and I don't feel like I deserve to be valued. I think it's just one of those things where I understand the privilege of being in a skinny body, how much further in my career I would be, how I could possibly be a Broadway star right now if I was thinner, how the trajectory of my life could have been so different, because I just felt like I couldn't do things because of my weight. It was just so unfair. I counted myself out so many times, and I don't even blame myself because the world made me count myself out so many times. What a journey. I am learning so much. I'm excited for my future. I'm excited to lose weight if possible, but I'm also okay with just bettering myself every day, little by little. And this is just content that influencers won't give you. They don't want you to believe that they have hard times and they have bad body confident moments. And we all have to admit, one way or another, we've all wanted to be skinny at one point. It's the truth. You can't deny it. It's just so much better. And granted, I have pretty privilege. I know I have light skin privilege, people would say. I'm a skinny plus size girl. Some would say mid size. So I couldn't even imagine being in a different body, how much worse it could have been, because I know there's people who've gone through way worse. But for me personally, I'm just, like I said, I'm just exhausted. I've been fighting the fight for so many years, and I just want to be healthy. And if healthy means that I have to go on a machine and I lose 70 pounds, I just want to make it clear, it's not because I hated myself. It's because the world hated me. And I'm tired of fighting. I really am. And granted, there's no guarantees. I might not lose a pound. The only thing I'm changing in my life is just watching what I'm eating, and then I want to walk 10K a day, and I play tennis. Like, those are the changes that I've decided to make for myself. So they're not drastic. They're very reasonable goals, but your girl is tired. Thank you for listening to me speak. I know it's just more like a diary to myself, because whether you guys watch it or not, like, I'm gonna look back on this and I'm gonna be like, dang, like, she's come such a long way, mindset wise, whether I grow physically, mentally, spiritually, which has always been the goal of my channel, is to help you guys grow physically, mentally, spiritually. And I just hope that my honesty can make you feel good, because for everybody that follows me, you guys will think I'm the most confident girl. And maybe I am the most confident girl in your life, but I also am not confident in times, and I also struggle with body confidence and feeling accepted, not feeling like I'm enough, not feeling good in my skin because everybody's told me that there's something wrong with it. That's my TED Talk. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you guys so much. I will do more videos like this. If you want me to go more in depth about my like sleep apnea, PCOS, if you want me to go more in depth in like my journey of self-confidence, if you want me to just comment below any of your questions, like, or if there's anything that I can help you through. If you guys want to talk about diet, like, I try not to talk about diet because it's triggering. It really is. And I'm not going to post before and afters. I'm not going to, if you guys want to go to an old video and then look at a new video and be like, oh, you look different, that's on y'all, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to pride myself on before and afters, because that implies that my before was not good enough, and it's just not true. Okay? I love you guys. See you in the next video. Peace.